Hey guys, Eddie in here, back in the Centropic farm, and I gotta show you this. Check this out. Coffee finally blooms, full bloom everywhere. Just look at all those flowers, just hundreds and hundreds of flowers, hopefully ready to make hundreds and hundreds of cherries, probably even in the thousands. If we're lucky, we can get it all the way around. It's making them. It's a little bit dense in the center, so there's not as many, and not quite as many on the back for some reason. Not sure why. Probably not getting enough sun. But yeah, I'm really hoping these things will start turning into the cherries, and I don't know if they need to be self-pollinated or something, but I'm pretty sure they don't, because that would be an incredible amount of work. Great news, we found a guy that actually has the roaster and the equipment, apparently. So hopefully we'll be able to convert the coffee, the beans and cherries, into actual coffee, roasted coffee, and grind that up and actually turn it into a real drink, which would be awesome. Cherimoya is starting to turn a little bit more green. It was yellow when I got back. I think it just needed water or something. But at the top, the leaves are actually doing pretty well, and this is one of the easier trees to grow here. So anyways, the point of today's episode is we're finally gonna try and make wine, or at least juice the Merlot grapes we have. We've got quite a few. They look like that, and there's tons more down here, and it'll just be a fun little small project. Don't really know how much wine or juice we'll even be able to get out of that, but yeah, we're gonna harvest all the grapes and see what we can do with them. Just got a huge bushel right here. Giant grapes, a ton of them hiding back there. It's so hard to find because they all are hiding back there inside that bush. And we're really filling up here with grapes. And I've been tasting these, and they're actually pretty good tasting. Alright, now we got all these grapes pretty much clean enough to go into the juicing method. Not really sure what we're going to do. I'm trying to make this as simple and easy as possible. Just the least minimum requirements, like prison wine would probably be the next step. I want it to be good, but I also I'm trying to use as little chemicals and proper materials as possible, because I don't really have all the right things to do to make the professional grade wine. We're probably gonna just juice it, mash them up quite a bit, and maybe even blend them a little bit. Okay, so what I've decided on doing is we're gonna just crush these grapes just like this, and apparently you ferment with the skins and you leave it like that. You don't even just take the juice, you actually leave it with the skins and all for a while. We're probably gonna do a few weeks actually. So yeah, I'm just gonna crush these up like this. It doesn't look too dark on the inside, so it looks like we're probably gonna be having more of a white wine. But yeah, I'm just gonna crush these, and I'll see ya. Alright, well, I mashed them up pretty well, and yeah, if you look at it, I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, or it's just that they're homegrown, but it's a white wine. It's totally like, it's not clear. It's kind of a weird pinkish color, which, okay, it's a rosé then maybe. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna boil up some sugar water, not only to start activating the yeast, but we're also going to mix that in with this so that the yeast has something else to react to besides the sugar and the grapes. Also, I prefer like a sweet wine, because, you know, I like more sweet things like soda and all that. So we'll probably do about 1 cup of sugar in, the water will probably be less than the volume of this, but probably a decent amount of water. So I'm adding in about 1 cup of sugar into the 5 cups of water. Alright, I've removed this to cool down. It's going to have to cool down a little bit before we can pour it in with the yeast so that the yeast doesn't dissolve and deteriorate. I've also got some water here heating up. For our jars, what we're going to do with these is we're going to seal some as an experiment, though. We're going to not seal a bunch of them because apparently with wine you want to open it up and actually release carbon dioxide in there like every 3 days. So we'll do a bunch of different experiments with all the different jars, which is kind of good. Usually it's fermented in like one concoction, one big bucket, but I'm trying to like figure out how this whole system works. So we're gonna do a lot of different experiments here. All right, the water is hot, so the jars are going in. I don't know how hot we're supposed to make it. Jar sterilizing in here, and this is cooling. We're going to want it to get pretty cold before it pours into the liquid. Alright, the jars are cooling pretty well, and our sugar water is still a bit hot, but it's cooled down quite a bit. I think enough that we can start putting the yeast in. So right down here, this is our starter. And this should activate it. It's going to start reacting with the sugar in there. Seems like a lot of yeast, but we are going to have quite a bit of wine hopefully come from this. Okay, sugar, water, and yeast is going into here. And this will, you know, it's going to make the wine a lot lighter of a color, but it's okay. It's going to give us much more of a profit and just, you know, a bit weaker of wine. So this one I'm sealing in here, and the rest we've sealed them just outside. Alright, we've got them all lined up here. First we have just the, you know, Merlot Rosé. That's, there's no instructions with that. This is just a normal amount. There's quite a bit of air at the top of this one. This one, there's a little bit less air, so I said to open it every 3 days to let the carbon dioxide out, which is a thing that I have heard is done a lot. Then we have heat sealed, which it didn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it sealed that well to me. At first it seemed like you couldn't press down too well on there, but that one's an experiment which we are probably not gonna drink too much of because, you know, if yeast heats up to like 125, it turns into ammonia. Right here, the last one, we just filled this one all the way up to the top. None of them are really sealed properly, but I've done it with beer before and it worked pretty fine. So what we're gonna do is leave these. I have heard 21 days is how long it takes to ferment, and we're gonna leave them in a cool, dark place right here above the crazy spice drawer up in here. And I'll probably check them every week to see how it's doing. I'm afraid that this one might actually explode because it's so well sealed, and you know, we need to check if there's bacteria built up on there or anything. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not, but yeah, we're gonna try it. I think we might go down, maybe open one after a week, open another one after 2 weeks, and then the final one after the 21 days, and just see how they're doing. So yeah, this is part 1. There's gonna be definitely a part 2, but you know, I wanted you guys to have something to watch first, so that'll probably not come out for a while, maybe in about a week when I open up the first jar. Anyways, it's been a fun day in the garden. We actually, my dad planted some other stuff. I'll just show you real quick. Out here, he planted some sweet potatoes. You see down here, these little purple things. It's such a cool color. It's like magenta on the stalk, which I've never grown these before. I've only grown, you know, regular potatoes. So this will be cool to see. We're just gonna have it as ground cover. It's gonna cover the whole ground, but you do need to dig these up. So Didn't want to plant them too close, especially when we got taro growing right there and all these roots going around from the big trees. And then also back here, we have some, I'm not really sure where he put it, but some ginger, which he had a bunch of it and it was sprouting up. It's somewhere around here. Not really sure where, but look at this. Banana shoots left and right. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these. Besides sell them and give them away. I've just got so many of them. Probably going to run out of pots really quick. Oh, here they are. I guess he didn't plant them. But yeah, we're probably gonna put them back here where there's a bunch of loose soil. Anyways, stuff going on back here. I could probably spend all day just working on the plants back here, making stuff with them. And my dad just harvested a ton of sugar cane, so we'll be making sugar out of this next and coffee after that. So this is gonna be pretty cool. I've also got some ideas to try passion fruit wine. Gonna be making some passion fruit cheesecake and the juice, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. We'll do the passion fruits later. I'm gonna go eat some curry I made with the pumpkins, which we've been getting like so many of. Don't even know what to do with them, but they go really well in green coconut curry, which is one I made yesterday. So yeah, hopefully I'll get better at making that and maybe even do a tutorial on it. I don't know, I'm getting pretty busy right now. But yeah, thanks for watching this, and see you in the next one.